Good morning, students. Today we'll be learning the new chapter of moral value, the religion of love. Here, Meena, she is a small village girl and she come from village to Mumbai to pursue her dreams for her higher education. So let's dig into the story now. When Meena came to Mumbai and came in contact with people of different religions, she felt uncomfortable. An act of honesty by a Muslim taxi driver taught her that all religions are the same and we should be tolerant to other religions. Meena was born in a small village in the interiors of India. People there were very conservative and of an orthodox mentality. Conservative here meaning people who don't want to change their thought. They are against the new thought. They are just holding the traditional values, and of orthodox, that is following the traditional or generally accepted rules and beliefs. They do not want to change. That is orthodox mentality. Meena was one of the few girls whose parents had allowed her to continue studying after school. Today was a big day. She was moving to Mumbai to pursue her dreams. She was joining a college for higher education. The train reached Mumbai Central. The first thing that Meena noticed was the huge sea of people on the platform. They seem to be diverse in all respects: sex, age, and religion. You just name it. Everyone seemed to be comfortable with each other. What really caught Meena's attention were the number of ladies and girls on the platform. Meena was happy to realize that here women did not only do housework, opportunities for education and earning were not restricted to males only. As Meena got into the taxi, she noticed that the driver was wearing a takia, skull caps that Muslims often wear. Meena belonged to a small village dominated by Hindus. She felt uncomfortable. As soon as she reached her hostel, Meena jumped out of taxi. As she handed the money to the driver, she held her dupatta in a way that covered most of her face. She was in such a hurry that she even forgot to take the change. Do you agree with what Meena did? Have you ever seen a similar reaction? Share your experience. So, students' input should be here. Do you agree that what Meena did was good? Have you ever seen a similar reaction? Share your experience. So, my opinion in this is I do not agree with what Meena did. Yes, I had seen people being treated differently because of their religion. Okay, now turn to page number 38. In the hostel, she quickly completed the joining formalities. Then she started for her room with the attendant who carried her luggage for her. The attendant seemed to be native of the state and tried to make small talk with Meena. Meena kept her answers to a yes or no. In her village, one only got talking to people of their own culture and creed. So this was the scenario at her home. She reached her hostel room and knocked on the door. A green-eyed American opened the door and said, "Hello, you must be Meena. Pleased to meet you. I'm Isabella." Meena noticed a cross hanging from her neck. God really seemed to be testing her. Would she have to stay friendless throughout her stay at Mumbai? Meena wondered. Meena avoided Isabella's outstretched hand and entered into the room wordlessly. So there was Isabella, an American green-eyed girl, and she opened the door of her room and she welcomed Meena, but Meena didn't seem to hug her, and then she entered wordlessly. She did not speak the word to Isabella. What religion did Isabella follow? How do you know? Do you select friends based on their religion? So must be Isabella must be a Christian as she was an American. And do you select friends based on religion? I don't think so. You don't. So your input should be here. All day Meena kept to herself that thwarted the meaning prevented. Okay, all advances that her roommate made towards her, she didn't speak a word. It was in the evening that Meena suddenly noticed that her handbag was missing. She looked for it everywhere. It wasn't long before she realized that she had not seen it since the time she had left the taxi. She had forgotten the bag in the taxi. Meena started weeping. Now, all of the sudden, she thought of the handbag and it was not there with her. And then she started weeping and she just felt that she forgot the bag in the taxi. Her roommate noticed Meena weeping and knew something was wrong. She came over to console her. Meena felt ashamed for having been rude with her all this while. She looked up at the tall girl and told her about her predicament, that is, a difficult, unpleasant, or embarrassing situation. Meena sobbed, "My bag has all my valuables, my money, my phone, everything, and the driver is not even a Hindu. I doubt if he will return it." So she was crying, and her roommate came and she was asking, "What happened? Why are you crying?" Then Meena was ashamed for her behavior, that she was being so rude to that girl, and now she told her that she left the handbag in the car and it has all the valuables. And then she told Isabella that she thinks that whether the taxi driver will return it the valuable the purse or not, as he was not even a Hindu. Isabella looked at her. She decided that Meena would have to get out this frame of mind. She would have to start believing that all religion believe in doing good deeds, but first they had to find the taxi driver. She told Meena, "Let's go and report the incident to the police." Okay, so now here Isabella was shocked that what Meena was thinking, and then she decided that Meena should get out of this frame, that despite of their religion here all people believe in good deeds, right? So then they first thought of seeing and finding the driver. Then she suggested that we should go to police. Now when they reached the police station, Meena was pleasantly surprised to find the same taxi driver speaking to the inspector on duty. The moment the driver saw Meena, he exclaimed, "Ma'am, you left your bag in the car. By the time I turned back to give you the change, you were already gone. I wish I had noticed the bag right then. Unfortunately, your bag was not on the footmat, and I noticed the bag only when the last passenger for the day pointed it out to me. Thinking that you might have already filed a police complaint, I came straight to the police station. Allah be praised. I can now hand over the bag to you myself. Ma'am, please check if anything is missing." Now both Isabella and Meena went to police station, and they saw that the taxi driver was already in the police station, and she told that, "I didn't notice the bag, but the next passenger who came, they pointed out to me that the bag is there, and I just thought that you must be already in the police station, so I came with the bag in the police station, and yes, I'll hand it over to you and see if there is something else missing in this." So now students, are you surprised with what you just read? Justify your response. So are you surprised to see the taxi driver in the police station? And if yes, then justify your response. This is your homework. Now next, by now, Meena was so embarrassed that she could not meet the driver's eyes. She thanked the taxi driver and quickly left for the hostel. On the way back to the hostel, Meena also apologized to her roommate for her rudeness. Isabella said, "You know, Meena, religion is how we see God. At the end of the day, we all have the same beliefs. All religion teach the same values. Our way of praying might be different, but not our morals. Hence, a person in some total of the values he believes in, the beliefs that he or she practices." Meena agreed full heartedly. She said meekly, "I am so sorry about everything. You are right. Religion is something you are born into. That should not be something that you are judged by." Meena had realized her mistake as she opened her heart and started loving everyone equally. A miracle called friendship happened. Today, Isabella and Meena are the best friends, are the best of friends. Okay, now here, taxi. Now Meena was embarrassed to see that taxi driver was already there in the police station, and she was embarrassed. She could not meet her eyes with the drivers, right? Now when she was returning back, she also apologized. She said sorry to the roommate as she behaved rudely with her. And then Isabella told Meena that all religion are same and we see God in all the religion. Maybe their way of praying must be different, but all religion gives you the all religions must be different, but not our morals, right? Everyone has their own moral and their beliefs in, and everyone believes in good deed. So let's turn to page number 40, religious tolerance. Religious is not religion is not something to judge people by. Just because you belong to certain religion does not make you better or superior. It just makes you a member of a group which worships God in certain way. It is method of praying and reinforcing faith which is different for all religions. Remember, only if you respect other religions and its people, people belonging to other religions will respect your religion and you too. So we should not discriminate people by their religion, as it's not in their hand, but we should never judge everybody by their religion, but by their deeds, their work. Okay, and if you respect others religion and other people, then they will respect yours too, right? And they will respect you too. Now visit a place of worship of a religion different than yours. Did you find any similarities in the way they worship with your ways of worship? Like if you are going to temple, then you may visit to church, you may visit to mosque and see what is the difference between your worshipping and their, and if there is any similarity. If there are any similarities, so write them out. Now think about it, how different would the world be if everyone followed only one religion? So think on it, if everyone follows the one religion, how it will be. Now where was Meena moving and why Meena was moving to Mumbai? So these all are your homework questions. Are your homework questions. Now basically the moral that we learned from this story is we should not judge people by their religion, and we should respect each and everyone's religion and its people, right? So their way of worshipping may be different, but basically all religion teaches the moral of behaving good and in good deeds, right? So that's it for today. If you face any doubt, let me know. Thank you.